Let me turn it. Can you see? You can see a little bit. Do, 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 do. Sending it out. Hey, y'all. Oh, hey. Do, 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 do. I'm loving it. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. Honey, back to back lives, honey, outside of the house. Ha ha. Yes. Honey, back to back lives. Hey, yo. My hands are ashy. We cannot have that. Oh, no. We cannot have it. Back in the Jeep. Yes. Oh, Lord, that squirted. Back again. Yes. Hey, hey, don't forget to hit that like as you come in. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Yes, as y'all can see, my team won today. Representing. Yes. Hey. I ordered me some food, so I thought I'll talk to y'all before the food comes. Y'all know I'm eating. Y'all know I gotta give me some food, child. Yes. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey. Ooh. Oh, thank you, Jess. Child, you know you didn't have to. You could watch the replay. Hey, y'all. What'd you say? Okay, okay. Golden, okay. I've been doing some work on myself, child. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Have they been putting in that work? I wonder if I can show a picture. Can I show a picture? Let me see. Can I? No. How do they be showing pictures? Child, I don't want that. I can't show a picture. Let me see. No, I can't. Dang. Oh, well, that's sweet, Jess. Thank you. Honey, get away from them plates and the table. I've been walking and I take pole class, Golden. Walking and take pole class. Eating less. That's what I've been doing, child. Honey, I got up there. I got in the twos. Do you hear me, Golden? I got in the twos. I'm 5'2". On a good day. Really, I'm 5'1", but I always tell everybody I'm 5'2". And I was in the twos. And I said, oh no, I can't have this. I can't. I cannot. I miss the twos. Well, honey, I don't miss them. I don't miss the twos at all. Not at all, child. Not at all. Y'all hit the like as you come in, child. Go ahead and come on in. Hit the like, child. Hit the like. I'm just here to talk about that girl who proposed to her boyfriend of 14 years. They got 4 children. 4 children. They've been together for 14 years. She says that he wants to be with her for the rest of her life. But he hadn't proposed. But she proposed to him. Never on a bad day. Never, ever, ever. Now look. If you both are in agreement that you both don't want to get married, y'all are in this relationship, a committed relationship, not being married, okay, fine. I get it. Fine, whatever. But, if one of you wants to get married and the other person knows, there's an issue there. 14 years, and he knew that she wanted to get married, and he still didn't propose. She proposed to him. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then I looked at her page on TikTok. I looked at her page, and I was like, maybe this is just for views and for satire. Maybe that's what it was. Because, hey, Becca, I just cannot believe, because she got a whole lot of views out of this. Views equals money equals, more followers. So I just can't imagine proposing to my man after 14 years and 4 kids. I just couldn't do it. And so then when she proposed, he wasn't like enthusiastic. He was like, yeah, I guess. Honey, he was like, yeah, I guess I will, child. I guess I'll go ahead and say yes as you hear. He looked very uncomfortable. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, girl. But she says that she's happy with it. So, listen. If she like it, I love it. If she like it, I love it. I just can't imagine. 14, Absolutely not. Boo, 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 boo. Now, she said they're getting married in January. That's what she said. They get married in January. I don't know which year, but they get married in January, child. Child, whatever. What does this one do? Oh, that's that. What's that? What's that? Create a post. Oh, am I here? What'd you say, Catherine? Proposal so old-fashioned. Don't people discuss things first? I don't understand. Yeah, well, he knew she wanted to get married, Catherine, but he didn't propose. She proposed. My thing is, you got 4 kids and 14 years invested. I just don't get it. But again, she like it. I love it. All right, y'all, hold the car down. I'm going to get my food. Don't let nobody get in my car. Don't let nobody get in my car, child. I'll be back. Where's my keys at? Hey, Barbara. Honey, yes, she was tired of waiting. But you know, oh, my keys are in my, All right, I'll be back. Hold the car down. Child, I'm back, child. I am back. I eat a little bit and then I'm not gonna keep y'all, child. So what is going on? Hey, Deidre. Hey. Deidre, I went to go get my food. I went to get my food, child. I got Chinese. So what else been going on? What else is happening? I'm just going to eat a little bit and then I'm going to head to Walmart and pick up some food for lunch this week. Look at that. Ooh. Yep, head on to Walmart to get me some lunch this week, child. Hey, G Pretty girl. Hey, Wendy. We were talking about that girl that proposed to her boyfriend after 14 years. Ain't no way. I just don't believe. I think it's satire. I think that she knew it would get people talking. And honey, let me tell you something. Her fiance now, Yes, T Pretty, she proposed to her boyfriend after 14 years and 4 kids. A girl on TikTok. 4 kids, 14 years, and you ain't put a ring on my finger? No. And look, T Pretty. When she proposed, she got down on one knee. Never in this lifetime, it'll be a cold day. She got down on bended knee. Do y'all hear me? She got down on bended knee and said, will you marry me? And he stood there so uncomfortable, y'all. And then he wasn't like, of course, yes, baby, yes, of course, yes. He was like, I guess. Honey, when I tell you, if that was my sister, I would have snatched her ass up so fast and said, if you don't get up off this ground. What, T Pretty? What did your cousin do? And how long were they together? I mean, Chinese food. Boneless spare ribs and pork fried rice. It is delicious. T Pretty, what happened? When do you hear me? Of course they're divorced. And look, y'all. She says, help pick out my shoes for my wedding day. Y'all, them comments lit her up. They lit her up. And they was like, honey, tell your, put on some tennis shoes so you can run. Like, what are you doing, ma'am? She says she's getting married in January. And somebody put in the comments, what year? Somebody, how did them comments have me in tears? Somebody said they would rather paint their whole house with their eyelashes instead of proposing to a man. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. Ain't no way I'm getting down on a knee. There's no way I'm getting down on my knees. On bended knee. To propose to a man that I've done given him 4 children and been with him for 14 years. You done lost your no. Mm-mm. 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 Because if he wanted to marry me and he knew that's what I wanted, he would have married me before I had those 4 babies. Mm-mm. And then he was just so not, he was just like nonchalant, like, okay, I guess we'll get married now. What's on television? Mm-mm. In front of millions of people. Absolutely not. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Catherine. I will say this. He won the lottery. He won her. Because I don't know of any woman who would be with a man for 14 years, give him 4 children, and he knew she wanted to get married. He didn't put no ring on it, and she proposed. Yeah, he won the lottery. He won it. Because no thank you. No, I think she's a stay-at-home mom. Oh, caretaker. Oh, yeah. He does work. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, the main caretaker, yeah. And I think one of her kids, I want to say the oldest kid is over 14. So they've been together longer than 14 years. That's crazy. What else is going on? I mean, followers. Phase. She had right meaning. I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna say that, but I think that, yeah, I think it may be a little bit of satire behind it, because when she made the video about her having a boyfriend of 14 years, that's when her views went up. And she just took it from there. So I bet you it's a little bit of satire. And you know what? As a man, what does his family got to say about this? family, his homeboys. I bet you they're like, man, I know you joking. She proposed to you? No. I bet you they clowned him. Like, seriously. Oh, Janae in here sniping them. Hey, Janae, girl. Janae sniping already. Is it Mr. Backshots? What they back there doing? Child? What they back there doing, y'all? So, they ain't have no business back there. Child, let me put this one down. Y'all want to hear? Child, if she don't get her tail in that car. Look. Let me give y'all a play-by-play. When I pulled up, this Subaru was parked, had backed in. And there was a guy in there and a girl. The girl gets out. The guy stays in there. He done leaned his seat all the way back. So I was sitting here, done ordered my food, and I was setting up my live. Well, then this little blue car pulls up. And when I tell you that car pulled up sideways, okay, it was two girls. She said, what are you doing here? And he said, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just here picking up my food. Now, he's in the driver's side. Mind you, that girl done went inside. So the girl, the two girls that pulled up, the girl in the passenger side gets out. She's like, what are you doing here? He said, I'm just here getting my food. And she said, well, where your food at? He said, it ain't ready. And she said, where'd you get it from? Now, mind you, where I'm parked, there's a Hardee's, a grocery store, Little Caesars, and a Chinese restaurant, and a liquor store. So she said, where'd you get your food at? He said, what? He said, why are you bothering me? So she is still fussing with this dude. Well, oh, he's leaving. They leaving. So the girl who was with the guy comes out. She went to Little Caesars. And the girl in the passenger seat, came out. Was still talking to the guy. And the girl was like, oh, so she got your food. And so the girl at Little Caesars, I don't know why she bragged about this, but the girl who was with the guy with the Little Caesars box kept talking about, yeah, and I paid for it too. Girl, that ain't nothing to brag about, Helpful. What you talking about? Oh, there they go. I was like, why are you bragging? And these are youngins, y'all. They couldn't have been no more than 18, 19 years old. You mean to tell me your man can't even pay for a $7 pizza? And y'all know it was the pepperoni that's hot and ready? What is that? What's the pepperoni? $7.99? $8.99? Talking about I paid for it. I wanted to drop kick that girl. So then she was trying to get in the car, and the boy, he was like, oh, go on with that. Now go on with that. Now go on with that. Go on with that. So the girl in the driver's side was like, come on, just get in the car. Just forget about it. And the girl was like, F you. And she got in the car. They left. And the boy who can't afford the pizza and Little Caesar's girl, they were still sitting here. And then they finally left. She'll be the girl in the future that proposes to a boyfriend. Never in my life. Never in my life. These youngins. Hey, might say anything? Jess, you got that right. They're going to be tussling in the hallway. They're going to be tussling and fighting over a youngin' who can't buy you a Little Caesars pizza, child. Honey, never in my day, child. Never. Even when I was 17, 18, 19 years old. Never. Yeah, she bragged about it, talking about I paid for it. I was like, girl, if you don't get it... If she gonna be paying her whole life, she gonna be paying her whole life. If she accepts that, the bare minimum. Now that's the bare minimum. You can't give me a pizza. Absolutely not. The bare minimum. Hell, I bet you Elroy would buy me a pizza. And he was dusty. Oh, Janae. Not the minutes. Not the minutes. Janae, not the minutes. No, you didn't put minutes on that boy's phone. Well, honey, y'all, I done told my story how foolish I was. One thing about it, in my life, I have never paid for a meal. Ever. I have never paid for a meal, but I told y'all that story. It's a video. When I dated a street pharmacist, honey, I was at my low. I knew he was a street pharmacist. I didn't care he was a street pharmacist. The only thing I was caring about is that he had money. He was cute. And I'm out here, oh my God. Yes, ma'am. I was out here being grown. And honey, he got raided. House got raided. Honey, he ended up in jail, honey. I was just like, oh, this was a sign from the Lord, honey, to get away from that. And thank God I did. Because, you know, some women, they start dating a dude who's flashy, who, you know, a street pharmacist or whatever. And they think that that's okay. Then they get arrested, they go to prison, then they hold them down. Girl, like, Back up. I know that's right. Honey, Young, and Janae, yes, we have all done some silly things. We've done some silly, silly things. But one thing about it, the woman who proposed to her husband, she ain't young. $14 I can't get over that. Jess, ain't no way. I could have been. Jess. I could have been on Love After Lockup, child. Love during lockup. Running, oh God. And he wasn't pushing weed, y'all. He was pushing hard stuff. He was pushing the stuff that rhymes with back. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? That's what he was pushing. He was pushing the stuff that rhymes with back. And here I am sitting in the passenger seat cheesing. Go, bye. I'm up in the vehicle with him cheesing, and he out here selling. I remember we had went out on a date. And this was the first time I had an inkling. He never told me he was a street pharmacist. And y'all, he had a regular job, a good paying job. He worked at a factory. And back then, y'all, this was in 90, let's see, around 94, 95. And so factories was booming. Everybody was working. Everybody was making money. So he had him a good job. And so I had an inkling that he was out here being a street pharmacist. And so, because he had a pager. And we had a cell phone. But see, back then you had to put minutes on your phone. And them things was expensive. So we really only had to keep our conversations less than, 10 seconds, because ain't nobody trying to pay for them minutes. So we was out on a date, and these two guys came up to the car. He had a Jeep. I'm sitting there in the passenger side. He had went inside the store. He had got gas. He come out. He was coming out, and two guys came up to the Jeep, and they was like, "Where my man's at?" And I said, "He's in the store." And then he was coming out. I was like, "Thank God." So he came out that store, and so I seen him walk behind the Jeep. Honey, he opened up that Jeep. And he was rummaging around. I was like, what is happening? Y'all, when I tell you, I seen a little baggie because I was like this. Looking in the mirror, child. And then he got back in the car and I asked him, I said, just be honest with me. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, this ain't no big deal. I just do this on the side. And then he just told me. He told me everything. Catherine, not long, probably about 3 to 6 months. It was about 3 to 6 months I was with him. Look, 3 to 6 months too long. 3 to 6 months too long, child. And then that other story time I had is the guy that I didn't know was a street pharmacist. The one that lived in the apartment complex with the hard steps. I didn't know he was a street pharmacist. Honey, I got up out of there. Hey, Champagne. Hey, Whitney. Those weekend minutes falling in the back. Honey, them minutes used to burn us up, honey. Honey, we couldn't talk long. We could not talk long, child. I was looking back on the comments. Somebody was like, what do you mean by hard steps? Y'all know these apartment complexes with the hard steps. Look, let's just call it what it is, the project. Okay? The project. Okay? The project. Y'all don't know Sass's life. And when you live in the South, it is nothing like the project on like Friday, Saturday night, and everybody's hanging out. You pull in, everybody looking. They got like 8 kids. There's like 25 speed bumps. And like I said, it's always named something like luxurious, like Pleasant Grove. Oasis views. Oh, here. Now, where he coming from? That was that truck that went by. Child, they back there doing something. He and she and child. They back there doing something, child. They are back there doing something. Child, smoke coming out of that truck. Yeah, yeah, talking about luxurious views of what? Gunfire? What you talking about? Yeah, go somewhere. Yeah. They can't name it 12 caliber. 9mm. You gonna get the hell on out of here? Honey, honey. And every one of them apartment complexes have the hard steps. Them hard concrete cracked steps. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I do not miss that life. But honey, when I tell you the men's, woo, I'm not even gonna say men, they were young men, the boys, honey, they look so good. They would be out there, especially in the summertime. They would be out there, no shirt on, just sweating grease. Body's right. And I'm like, how y'all got these abs? Ain't none of y'all working out. How you got abs and you ain't working out? Like, how you get them abs? Then you find out they done been in and out of jail and prison. You're like, oh, okay, that's how. That's how. And don't even get me started at the basketball court. Ah! See, these young girls don't know. How you gonna be? Let me tell you what we used to do, y'all. How it's gonna be 100 degrees outside. The devil is outside playing the banjo. It's hot as hell outside. But you know them young men is gonna be at the basketball court, no shirt on, just sweating grease, looking cute with the high top fade. Okay? And it be white, black, it be all up. How is it? Now I ain't gonna say it was me, but it was me. How is it you gonna get up, put on a full face, hair done, outfit done, just to go to the basketball court? Yeah, bye! Bye! When I tell you, we used to be clean going to that basketball court, child. Yes, honey, full face. And then we be on the sideline trying to be cute. And we be like, oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah. Like they were really going to be in the NBA. Yeah, the only basketball they played is somebody's prison yard. And we were like, yay, DeMonte, yay. Oh my God, yay. Oh my God, he's so good. Hey, Steve, hey. It'd be 110 degrees outside. Sweating. Honey, Catherine, you ain't said nothing but a word, honey. Denim skirt, titty shoes, honey, with socks, with them scrunchy socks, child. I be having those. I had some coochie cutters on, child, in a minute. Honey, we knew we was cute. We knew we were cute, child. Uh-huh. Yes. Hey, Peaches. Yes, honey. Honey, we used to kill it. In Poland, we had Soviet blocks with those hearts. Oh, is that what it is, Trey Rick? Gabrina Green. Yes, honey, the beautiful views. Woo, child. Honey, there was some times that was had. We had such a good time. Such a good time. Such a good time back then. The early 90s? Stop. Stop it. And then we had to grow up, y'all. We had to grow up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, all that, Megan. All that. Hair is crunchy. Do you hear me? Where my black women at in the 90s? Wasn't that hair crunchy? Fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Honey, it wasn't enough pump it up to sustain what we had to do. Honey, our hair didn't move. It didn't move. And let me tell you something. When TLC came out and T-Boz had that asymmetrical haircut, it was over. T-Boz changed the game. Because, see, before that, or maybe a little bit afterwards, we had Janet Jackson, Poetic Justice. And she brought those braids. It was a wrap. Every girl was getting those braids. Every girl was getting those braids. TLC, T-Boz. Honey, listen, you have to have the right hair to get that haircut. Everybody was getting that asymmetrical T-Boz haircut, child. Because, see, only a certain few could get the Aaliyah hair or the, what's her name? What was the other TLC? Chili. None of my friends could get the chili hair. They wanted the chili hair, but they couldn't get the chili hair. So we had to get the T-Boz. Y'all just don't know, honey. Them girls was killing it. Hey, Trina. Hey, Felonious. Yeah. My mom wouldn't let me get the T-Boz, but she was happy to get my hair braided. Listen, I want to try to find some pictures of me, and I'm going to put them up if I can find them. They may be at my mom and dad's house. But, honey, I will show you pictures. I got braids because I was a freshman in college, and that was when Janet Jackson and Poetic Justice was real. And Janet Jackson, Poetic Justice was out. Menace to Society. Y'all remember how fine Lorenz Tate was? And then I look back on Poetic Justice, on Menace to Society, and, excuse me, Jada, what are you doing 24 years old hanging around them 16-year-olds? Was she like a nurse or some shit? Just like in Juice. Why are we looking at a movie where the women is out here being real shiesty with these young boys? Y'all remember in Juice, Omar Epps' girlfriend? She was a whole damn nurse. She was like 25 years old, and these boys are like 16, 17. And then we looking at this, and we're like, you know what? That's the shit. That movie's the bomb. Meanwhile, these women are predators. Jada Pinkett Smith had a house. She had a damn 5-year-old. She was damn near 30. Dating a 16-year-old boy. Like, what are we doing here? Why are we watching Menace to Society? Had her man, and then what really topped it off, her baby daddy was in prison, and he was a mentor to her boyfriend. That man was like 33. Menace to Society. But I just watched it for Lorenz Tate. What was his name, y'all? Q? Oh, he was fine. Oh, Trina, you know how Method Man's fine. Lorenz Tate was my boo. He was my boo. Oh, God, he was so fine. Oh, my God. Oh, He was fine in Love Jones, but in Menace to Society, y'all, he was on a whole new level. He was so fine. Oh! Oh, no! Ooh! What'd you say, Miss CC? Yes, child. Yes, Purnell. Maybe she was LaQuita said maybe she was a mom. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She wasn't no mama 12. Jada Pinkett Smith in Menace to Society, she had to be at least 21, 22. At least 22. She might have been 20, because wasn't she a nurse? And she had her own, like, she didn't have no apartment. She had a house. And her son was like 5. And let's just keep it real, child. What's the boy's name? Purnell. Jada Pinkett Smith's boyfriend. What was his name? Y'all, let's just keep it real. He was a little slow. Y'all, he was a little slow. He was slow. And I'm thinking to myself, there is no way he would be like this, street pharmacist master, because that boy was slow. Menace to Society was a horrible movie now that I think about it. It was a really bad movie. Oh, yeah, Purnell. Yeah, he was the... What was his name? Good night, Jess. Yeah, Purnell. But what was the character's name? Jada Pinkett Smith's boyfriend. The youngin'. Lorenz Tate's best friend. Y'all, what was his name? He was a little slow, child. He was slow. Y'all, we can admit it. He was slow. But anyway, so we all had the Poetic Justice, Janet Jackson braids, and then we had the T-Boz haircut. Now listen, I could not get the T-Boz haircut. What I got, what was his name? Kane, that's it. Kane, thank you, T Pretty. I just got me a short, I had me a short pixie cut. That's what I had. I had me a short pixie cut. When I tell you I rocked that haircut. Because, see, let's not forget, the queen herself, Nia Long, Friday. Everybody was trying to get that haircut. Timeless. Halle Berry's haircut. Everybody was trying to get the short pixie cut. I succeeded. Y'all, I succeeded with my pixie cut, child. Yes. Hurry up and buy. Yes, Faisy. It was a mushroom, and you would bump the ends of the honey. It would be like, and yes, Trina, it would be like it. Honey, when I tell you, we rocked that. I tell you, these young girls don't know how we will rock their hair. Oh, my goodness. So anyway, yes, y'all, I done told that story about me and my street pharmacist boyfriend, child. Y'all, I'm lucky I ain't never been, look, I ain't never, and this ain't bragging. I have never been arrested. I ain't never been in jail, none of that. But when people say God has looked after you, I believe it, because I have put myself in situations, one, where I had no business being, two, I was put myself in that position, or someone else put me in that position, and I'm thinking to myself, how in the world? Y'all, let me tell you this one story. One of my dear friends, I didn't know this, y'all. I was very naive. And two of my friends were getting high. I didn't know they were getting, I thought they were just smoking the ganja. I just thought they were smoking the devil's lettuce. That's what I thought. But no, they were doing hard stuff. They were doing the stuff that rhymes with back. I didn't know that. So this one particular day, they was like, hey, let's go to the mall. And I was like, all right, bet. So here I am in the car. We going down these back roads, and we went to this house that I ain't never been in. And they were like, Sass, just stay in the car. And I was like, all right, I didn't think anything of it. Then these cars start pulling up. People was getting out. People was coming out. People was going in. People was going. Now, I'm like 18, 19 years old. I might have been 19. And I was like, what is going on? I was like, what the hell? Why is all these people? Again, I'm naive. Didn't know none of this. And so they come out. And I was like, why is all these people? And they was like, they said, it's just their friends. And I was like, well, who live here? And they were very vague, very vague. And I had a feeling that something wasn't right. But, I'm just sitting in the car. I'm ready to go to the mall. Because, the mall was bumping back in 94, 92, 93, 94, 95. So, we pull over on the side of the road. Over on the side of the road. I'm like, they get out. I'm still sitting there, and I'm like looking like this. You don't look like no mall. Like, why are we on the side of the road? Like, what is happening? And, y'all, they pulled out a soda can. And it had holes in it. And it had ashes on top. I was looking out the window. And then they put these things on top of said soda can that rhymes with blocks. That rhymes with a back. So they put these rocks that rhymes with backs on the soda can. Ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. Ever. Never, ain't never seen none. And when I tell you they lit that up and start smoking it from the soda can. Y'all, when I tell you I was like in disbelief, I got out of that car and I said, two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to walk. We didn't have no cell phones back then. Didn't have no pages, nothing. I didn't know where I was. And I said, two things is going to happen. I'm going to walk or you're going to take me home right now. Now, mind you, they just got high and they're going to get behind the wheel. And I said, that's it. I said, get me home. And I said, you know what? Forget that. And they was like, we're fine. I said, give me the keys. Because, I was willing to fight these two. They my friend. I have known them practically my whole life. I was willing to fight these two. And got the keys and I drove home. Now, it was about 30 minutes away because our mall was the next town over. And it was 30 minutes away. I got home. I was like this. I was shaking. I was distraught. I was so upset because one, I can't believe that my friends are smoking that. Two, they put me in a situation that they never should have put me in by taking me to that dope house. That's two. Knowing that's not even my life. And three, I had to drive that vehicle back when these two idiots are high. Oh, I was so livid. I got home. I was so upset. My feelings was hurt. I cried my eyes out. And I did not speak to neither one of them for years. For years, y'all. And in that time, both of them had gotten arrested, got in trouble. They became full-blown addicts. It was just so depressing and so hard to watch your friends just spiral like that. And I couldn't watch it. Even at 19, 20 years old, you can see them just spiraling. You're like, no, I can't do that. I can't be around them. So years went by, and one of my friends came to me. Never forget it. I will never forget this. One of my friends came to me, hadn't spoke just, in years. And this was before social media, of course. And they came to me and they were like, can you do, me a favor? They had asked for money. Of course, no, none of that. Wouldn't get none of that. They came to me and said, will you pee in this cup? Water! I keep water in my car, y'all. And so they came to me and they said, well, this person said, will you pee in this cup? I said, well, one, no, but you know why? And they said, well, I got to go in front of, my probation officer, and I have a dirty urine. That was the very first time I had ever heard of a dirty urine. And I said, what does that mean? I said, what does dirty urine mean? And so they was like, well, I've been getting high, and my urine's not clean. It's going to be dirty. And I'm going to, they're going to violate my probation. I'm going to go back to jail. Y'all, this truck has been circulating. This is the third time. Don't try me. And so I said, absolutely not. They came to my job and asked me that. So I said no, and I didn't see them for years. Like, I cut all communication off. I cut it off. Years went by, and I saw this one particular person looked horrible, had been in and out of prison, looked horrible, looked so frail and sick. And I seen this person, and I gave him a hug, and we talked, and, they was just saying, they're trying to get themselves together. And I was like, oh, Lord, I hope you do. And I'm happy to say that this person, after being just down and out, they are doing so good now. Like, they got their life together, said that they got tired of going in and out of prison. Excuse me. They are sober. But yes, child, honey, they put me in that situation. I would never forget that. I would never. And I told them, I said, I will never forgive y'all for putting me in that situation. Anything could have happened. Anything. I dated a street pharmacist. My so-called friends done took me to a dope house. To a dope house. They done got high in front of me on a soda can. I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. It scared the shit out of me. I was like, what? You getting high on a soda can? That's not in the Pepsi advertisement. Huh? I didn't ever see that on a commercial of Pepsi. Oh, and then that guy that I didn't know was a street pharmacist. I was up in his crib, and he was making buys while I'm sitting there on the couch. I'm telling you. And then it's just like the places that we went to as youngins, that we had no business being there. None. Child, bless it. Oh, yes, honey, not violent. Yes, I'm so happy. Yes, I'm so glad. They're doing really good. LaQuita, not in this area, child. Not in this area. Right, Furry. Yep. Glad you staying hydrated. Absolutely. LaQueen, I don't play about my water, child. Don't play about my water. See, that's what these reality stars don't know nothing about it. They can't spell it. Child, that's why everybody look like a big infected toe on these 90 Day Fiance Love After Lockup shows. Honey. Ain't nobody drinking no water. They ain't using no lotion or chapstick, okay? They just out here living. Child. They just out here living. They got that reptilian skin. Do you hear me? Honey, can't even do nothing with that. They barely use it to bathe. Yo, why this woman on TikTok said that she didn't take she ain't bathed in 4 days. And she said that the reason she wasn't depressed, they had water. She's a wife, she's a mother. And she said that the reason why she did not bathe in 4 days is because she said that her pH balance was off. What does that have to do with washing your tail, ma'am? Now listen, I'm going to need for y'all right here, the Caucasians. Y'all see that? I'm going to need for my Caucasians to talk to your other Caucasians because y'all ain't getting it. See, they continue to embarrass y'all. They continue to embarrass y'all. They continue to say they ain't washing the legs, the feet, the elbows, the arms. They continue to tell you that they ain't washing the cooch. So I'm going to need for y'all to talk to y'all's counterparts and get it together. Because if you go 4 days without washing because your pH, what does that have to do with it? I'm going to need for y'all Caucasian women to talk to your counterparts and tell them why you embarrassing us. Y'all ain't gonna never beat those allegations. Y'all just walking around here smelling like cottage cheese and Cheez-Its. Now, I ain't saying all. I'm just saying a few. And please, for the love of God, please stop using that Bath and Body Wash soap for your coochie. Have y'all lost y'all's mind? In fact, why are you using the Bath and Body Wash? Dove is out there. Why are you using, why do you want to walk around here smelling like scented cranberries? You don't go somewhere and sit down. Nighttime mist. Twilight mist. Why you want to walk around? You smelling like a 13-year-old. You are a 30, 40, 50-year-old woman. Why you around here smelling like cucumber melon? You don't take your ass home somewhere. Absolutely not. That's why. That's what I'm saying. Right. Honey, listen. And so, of course, the people was eating her up. Megan, Catherine, Janae, honey, the folks was eating her up. Meanwhile, it's running around. Yes, child. Honey, you ain't said nothing but a word, LaQuita. Didn't nobody have cell phones. And we running around here hot in the tail. Like, what were we thinking? No sense of urgency, no sense of time, honey. We was just going on prayer. not washing it. Yes. How do y'all know about that cucumber milk? And it's like, why are you like my age, smelling like that? Rose pine. Like, if you don't go somewhere. Nah, I saw a lady said her pass lasts 3 years because she uses one each cycle. Nasty. Tea pretty. Nasty. One a cycle? You know what? That just tells me that these women ain't been educated. They have not been educated. They are lazy. They don't want to learn. Like, that is nasty. 1 pad per month. I'm going to need for y'all, and listen, I'm going to say this about the black folks too. There's some black women out there. I'm not just going to say it's the Caucasians, because we all know it's all of the women. But it's the Caucasians that get on camera and tell it. And her husband, she married. Why is there a conversation about not washing your legs? Why is that even a conversation? Why are we having a conversation about why we use wash rags? That woman on that podcast said that she can't believe that people use wash rags because that holds, germs. And so the woman said, well, what do you use? She said, my hand. Bitch. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Your hand? What's this gonna do? Not even a loofah? You just using your hand. See, now you playing. You ain't doing nothing but playing with your skin. You see my skin? Y'all see this, sisters? You see it? Look at that. Look at that. What color is that? What you see? Look at that. Sisters, look at my skin. You see that? Not a bump. Not a rash. Not no patch. A dry skin. You see that? Look at that color. Look at that. It ain't discolored. Look at it. Look at my skin. Look. Look at it. Y'all make sure. Look at the collarbone. You see this? Look. What color is it, y'all? Look at it. You know why my skin look like that at 51? All right. Get the F out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Come on, skin. I use my hand. What? Child, if you don't go somewhere and sell. I don't know, Laquita, but yes, child. So I'm gonna need for y'all women to do better, okay? It's too much going on. We have a plethora of products to use to wash, okay? We have a plethora. There ain't no sense y'all still using Bath and Body Wash, okay? And using your hands. And then y'all run around here not using protection. Love After Lockup participants, coochie just nasty. Coochie nasty. Just coochie nasty. Penis dirty. crazy. All right, y'all. What time is it, child? Oh, it's only 6:41. I'm just trying to delay going to this Walmart. But I gotta get something for work tomorrow. I mean this week. My team won, y'all. My team won today. 3 in a row. We done won 3 in a row. I fear it's a little too late for us, but we started off terrible, but now we making up some ground, but we're going to have to win every single game to at least try to make it to the playoffs. But y'all know I still support my boys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. We're going to be on back to regular schedule Tuesday. I will be back for 90 Day Fiance and, well, no. I'm sorry. Wednesday. I will be back for 90 Day Fiance and Seeking Sister Wives. And then I'm going to try to get with Janae, and me and Janae are going to do a live together. So we'll get together on that, but I will see y'all back Wednesday. Thank you for these 2 in the Jeep lives, child. In the Jeep lives. Let me get to this Walmart, child. Oh my God. I would take y'all, but y'all know.